Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kia from HappySolutions.com, here to bring you the next inspirational quote. So, today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your passion and why it's so important to follow your passion. A lot of times, especially once we become parents, we get really caught up on our titles. We feel like, well, I'm a mom now, or I'm a dad now, or I'm married now, or, we just get so caught up on these roles and we feel like we can't be who we want to be or who we were before because of these titles. Now, it's really important for us to remember that you're still you. You're always going to be you. And when you leave this earth, you leave alone. So you make sure that you are finding a way to incorporate both your passion as well as your life, or your work-life balance as it's sometimes referred to. Now, if you're not sure what you're passionate about, the best way to find out is just to ask yourself this question. If money was not an issue, how would I spend my day? You know what I mean? Like, what would an ideal day, or like how would you be spending your time? Like, what areas would you be giving more attention, or what really makes you happy, what motivates you? These kind of questions kind of lead you to what you really should be doing with your time. Now, we all give excuse me, we all give ourselves different excuses as to why this isn't achievable. Most commonly, I know for myself, for a long time I felt like, well, I don't really have the time to do that, between working and cooking dinner and, making sure baths are taken and dinners, or whatever your schedule looks like. Time is such a big excuse that we give ourselves. But think about it like this. You know, all the time that we spend on Facebook, or, watching TV, or if we're on Netflix, or for me on Pinterest, like whatever you're doing in your free time, that could be the time that you're spending to devote towards your passion. Now, granted, maybe you don't have a full day of time like you would like to devote to it. But could you carve out maybe 30 minutes or an hour per day, or, per week, just to kind of bring your passion into your life or get you where you want to be? I'm pretty sure that you could. So, if that's something that you're dealing with, or, if time is an issue, or, your kids are an issue, or whatever, I guess whatever's holding you back is an issue, then you really want to just look at how you've been spending your time thus far. When I was working, I just used to say it all the time, like, there's just not enough hours in a day. I can't get shit done. Like, there's never any time for me to do anything that I personally want to do, and it really drove me crazy. I wanted to do, this, just simply talk on a camera for so long, but I didn't allow myself to create that space for it, and it took me way longer than I wanted to do it. And there's still things that I really want to do that, I've had to kind of retrain my brain to believe that I can do those things and I can make time for them. Now, another big thing that I think holds us back a lot of times is the lack of information. It's like, well, where do I start? I really want to do this, but where do I start? We live in an information age. Anything you want to find out, it's 100% available to you, and most times that information is free. The internet is your best tool, whether you're using Google or YouTube, which in my opinion is just as effective as Google, because most times there's some kind of tutorial or something that you can actually see and, kind of know exactly what it's supposed to look like. So you have that, as I always say, Pinterest, of course. So the resources are there. You just have to devote that time to studying your craft. If you want to, I don't know, if you wanted to write a book, there's tons of resources on how to write a book. You can write an ebook, you can write a regular book, you can find a publisher in your area. There's tons of information on how to get started if you want to write a book. If you want to just, start small with just exercising more, there's information out there about how to get motivated to do that, or just really dig for that information. If there's something you want to know, look it up and make that first step, because once you do that, it's kind of like when you're driving in a car. You know how when you're driving at night and it's dark, and you can only see like what your lights shine? It's kind of like that. The more you drive, the more the light will shine, your way. The more you'll be able to see exactly where you're going. Just because you can't see what's in the dark doesn't mean you won't get there, but you got to get going. You have to start somewhere. So be willing to start somewhere. If this is your passion, if it's something that you really, really care about, put that time in. You only get one life, you get one shot, and you don't want to get to the end of your life and have a bunch of regrets about things that you didn't do, or, a bunch of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, when you could have been spending that time devoting it to something that you really, really care about. You want to make sure that you build memories and experiences. And even if you do something and it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, so what? Honestly, it's more than most people, and you'll be so much happier that you found out. You know what I mean? It's one thing to want to do something and not know what the outcome will be, and it's another thing to actually do something and try it. Even if you fail, at least you know something that didn't work. It's not even a loss. You learned something along the way. You can take that with you, and you can say, okay, well, next time, I can try a different approach, or I can do something different, or whatever that situation gives you in terms of knowledge is valuable. So I just wanted to make this video to make sure that you remember that whatever you're passionate about is 100% worth you pursuing. I don't care how old you are, I don't care how many kids you have, and I don't care how busy your life is. The truth of the matter is this: we make time for the things that we want to make time for. Think about all the stuff that you still manage to do within a day that you really, really want to do. Whether it's important or not, you find time to do it. So you should treat your passion no different, in my opinion. Another very, very important thing to remember is your children will do what you do. They won't do what you say. So if you're a parent like me, then you spend a lot of time trying to motivate your child to do what they love and be true to themselves and try to have a passion-filled life as an adult. But if you are working a 9-to-5 and extremely unhappy and you're not doing something that you're passionate about, your child is going to work a 9-to-5 too, because that's the example that was set. And it sucks, because you have to be willing to be that living example for your kids. You have to be willing to say, despite all odds, mommy or daddy was able to still make time for something that I enjoyed. And I want you to do that too, because our children are going to be adults one day. And if you have a child that loves basketball, that loves football, that loves dancing, that loves singing, or loves, science, or whatever the hell they love, and they, become adults and just totally, just forgets that was something that they were passionate about, and they're totally focused on working in their life and their kids, and they're just serious and they're just robots and they don't live a passion-filled life, it's gonna break your heart. And there might be times where you try to motivate them and you try to give them advice like, well, why don't you ever, but guess what? That starts with you. We are the parents, we set the example, and we have to be willing to make those hard decisions. And I'm not saying by any means, cut out time with your family or your kids for something you love. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, if you put all the time together that you spend watching TV or surfing the internet or looking at magazines, if you do, and you replace one or two of those things or all three of those things with maybe reading a book or looking at how to get started on whatever your passion is, or maybe finding a class or a group of people that are doing whatever you're passionate about, I guarantee you'll be a lot happier in what you're doing. And that'll also show your kids that they can incorporate their passion into their lives too. So I really, really hope this has been helpful. If you would like more inspirational material, you can always find that at happysolutions.com. Please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, or share this video. If you have any other things that you'd like to see discussed here on Happy Solutions, definitely leave that in the comments as well. Remember, there are no such thing as coincidences. So if you're hearing this message right now, that means it was for you, and you are completely responsible for what happens to this information once this video ends. So I do want to thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. Until next time, smiling off.